So here's what's happening. Your last piece of law of sines. I am going to ask you if a triangle is going to exist. So the last piece that I could possibly test and quiz you on for law of sines is I'm going to throw a couple of sides at you, an angle, and I'm going to ask you if a triangle exists. And it could exist, it could not exist, or you could have two cases. So here's how this works. I am going to give you leg A, leg B, and then you're going to have to find the height, and I'll show you how to find the height in a minute. It's always about A. If A is the shortest measurement, then no triangle is going to exist. But that little short A is like hanging out there in outer space. There's no way you're going to form a triangle. If A is greater than B and greater than H, so if A is the biggest measurement we analyze, then there's one solution. So if A is smallest, no triangles. If A is the biggest, one triangle. If A is the middle number, because we're comparing three numbers. If A is the middle number, there's two solutions that exist, which is great, but it's a lot of work. That's why I saved this part for last. If two solutions exist, this is how it exists. And I don't know if you can visualize it, but this is leg A right here that's swinging back and forth. A can pivot that way and make a big giant triangle. A can pivot towards me and make a really small triangle. And if you notice up there at the top, this angle B is changing. So when A is the middle number, we're going to have our work cut out for us. Let me go ahead and get y'all set up on our notes here. So here's what's happening. So you're going to determine if a solution exists. You could have no solutions, one solution, or two solutions for triangles. And the only way that you can really figure this out is you are going to compare leg A with leg B and also leg A with H. And H stands for the height of the triangle. And you have to find the height of the triangle. I'm not giving you this formula, so make sure you make a little note that you have to memorize this. H is leg B times the sine value of A. And remember, I'm not giving you, this isn't printed, so you're going to have to memorize that. B sine A. All right, and here's our scenarios. If A is less than B and if A is less than H, then that means A is the smallest. And if A is the smallest, then there's no solution. You can't form a triangle with those measurements given. Impossible. All right. If A is less than B and A is greater than H, then that means A is the middle. That means two solutions exist. That's a lot of work. A is middle. And there's going to be two solutions. Now, if A is greater than B, and A is going to be greater than H, then A is the largest, and that's going to be one solution. So really, just remember, if A is the smallest, no solution. If it's in the middle, you got a lot of work to do. If it's the largest, it's only one triangle. We're going to go through 3 examples, and then that's going to be it for the day. Here's your first example. All right, here's your verbal instructions. We're not going to write these instructions down. I am verbally telling you to determine if a triangle exists. here's what's going to be given to you. You're going to get leg A. Leg A is 22. You're going to be given leg B, which is 12, and you're going to be given angle A. Angle A is 42 degrees. You have to figure out if something exists from that. Your very first step is to find H. And remember, H is B sine A. So that's what we're doing. H is B sine A. So on your calculator, you are just typing 12 sine 42. So let's analyze that value, and it doesn't matter how you round it because H is just a tool for us. H has nothing to do with our final answer. It's just part of our analysis. So 12 sine 42. So we get H to be like 803. Now compare H, A, and B. What's going on with A, B, and H? Is A the largest, the smallest, or in the middle? It's the largest. Then you have one triangle that exists. So A is largest. One triangle exists. All right, so listen, here's where notes and tests and quizzes are going to be different because we don't have a lot of time. If a triangle does exist on a test or a quiz, then you're going to have to keep going and solve the whole triangle. What does solve the triangle mean? All sides, all angles. That is correct. We're not going to completely solve it, but I'm going to show you the first step you always have to take. The first step you always have to take is to find angle B. So we are going to find angle B, then we're going to move on. So remember to find angle B. It's like what you did on that white book up there just a few moments ago. It's going to be law of sines. If you guys notice, you have a complete set for leg A and sine A. So these values are going to go over here. So this is going to be 22 over the sine value of 42. And then the only other information you have is leg B. That's why you have to find angle B first. So remember, the first step is to always find angle B. So angle B equals 21.406 degrees. And then we're not going to keep going, but you need to make sure you know what to do next. What if you did have to keep solving the triangle? What would you do next? You have angle A. You have angle B. How would you find angle C? Yep, take those from 180. Good. So after you have angle A, B, C, you have leg A and leg B. How would you find leg C? Law of sines. Good job. Somebody's making an A on this. Good.